right, we are live with 0 viewers.
Cool beans. Hello, all of JDB's 0 viewers.
Let's get the at everyone that is queued and ready to go posted. Yes, Discord. I know I'm using at everyone.
That's the perks of being Dr. JDB.
That's what it's for me to tell everyone.
So what we got? We're gonna go whether or not our 4th match is in. So
that is the
tough luck. Schedule your matches on time, guys.
Yep, and it'll be the winner of you and Electric versus the winner of Red Jolteon and Jace, correct?
Yes, that's in the
just making sure
the only conference that matters. My conference.
My slides,
no, I'm kidding.
In the right order. Make sure I've got the conferences grouped here, and then the winner of Steve versus Ray will face off whoever wins Dan versus Keith when that gets played.
You got it.
We got some of the
like your use of VBL-S XV, nice style.
Yeah, I did. I was VBL-S X also. I was early on that Roman numerals for cool Roman numerals train. But
yeah,
Jace
way more
off this season.
Yeah, Jace is attempting to read into the voice here that like I've won my match. You never know what I'm gonna do. All right, I could have gotten swept, and I'm just gonna be joyful to be here. It's VBL. It's hype. Hey, Heaven. I love that it's midnight, and we can always expect you to be here with us.
I think it's only 11, actually. Way lower than
daylight.
Jordan's. Okay. That's going to be a... that's not what I want. I want this one.
Yeah.
Advanced.
You're bringing yourself up?
Yeah, I'm going to bring myself up a little.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, let's see if that is that a little bit. Oh, it is midnight. Okay, good work, Jordan. The 6 hours. I was thinking it was 5 hours, but I guess not. Got Steve, Heaven, Jace. Psh, who else do we need? Nobody.
That's Steve.
Get the important.
So James, you have not been spoiled on any of the results.
All I know is the number of games per match of the 3 games or of the 3 matches that have been played.
Right, because people send you 2 replays because they don't understand the viewership experience that they should just send 3 anyway.
Well, no, it's because I open up the links ahead of time and have them queued up.
Oh well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, you can guess, but I'm going to act like I don't know the result of even my own match, and the rest, of course, I'm seeing for the first time. So I'm excited to see great gameplay.
Good luck. Well, we're not starting with your match, so don't feel
That's
too. I knew you wouldn't actually mind, but we can. I don't know. Well, we can show for. I don't know. We've been saying nonsense for 5 minutes. That's plenty of time for people to show up. I was gonna ask you how your band is going since you've been doing band practices lately.
Well, I will find all the opportunities to talk about my life and Mons and whatnot. Let's just do it as we're doing it.
All right, that sounds good. Sounds good. Logo contenders. That's true, Jace. And we're my plan is after the stream do an awards post, so it's not a last minute thing this time, like it has been.
You. Yeah.
For the last several seasons.
Yeah.
Give everybody a little bit of time to think about it without it being a, hey, I just posted this and now it's 3 days later and then now you all need to vote. Oh, there's only 7 choices of the 32 teams. Whoops.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Jace says logo contenders, is that the first match we're going to do? Jace's to Dunsparce is obviously like destroying world.
Yeah.
Is a logo contender for me.
Yeah, that's what we're going to take a look at here. Jace and Red Jolteon both had some great seasons. Fun stuff from both teams. Sable Eyes made all of Red Jolteon's Pokemon look good at various points throughout the season. Heracross and Scyther, the maybe surprising, maybe unsurprising, like MVPs of the team a lot of weeks. But
they're just good. A lot of RJ's mons are like, I'm good, and when I'm next to Sableye, I'm overwhelming. Like, just because of how much Sableye distracts and potentially makes Camerupt go first with Quash, or fakes you out, or taunts you, or encores you, and so then now I get my Trick Room up. And so just like good Pokemon plus Sableye, and he's turned it into cool modes. Like, we've seen a Rain mode, we've seen a Sun mode, we've seen a Tailwind mode. So RJ just, it seems like it's a draft full of good stuff, and any of them plus Sableye means it's now really unpredictable. So
yeah,
we never know. We don't know what RJ is going to be bringing to this match, and I'm not going to try to predict it. But Jace's team's got more of a consistent identity, is that it hits hard, it hits fast. It would prefer not to play defense at all, though if it does need to play defense, we got Bastiodon, we got Diplin, and these monsters are absolute monsters and a pain.
Yeah. Venomoth to give yourself, a Rage Powder plus the Focus Sash Rage Powder, 2 hits for the partner to do something scary. Yeah, it's the heavy hitters plus 1 or 2 key supports, and that's been a pretty winning strategy for Jace as well.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. Jace typically likes to control the match with immediate speed, with immediate power, but you can't always do that against Sableye, and RJ usually puts Sableye out in the lead. So the question is, will Jace be able to navigate the chaotic Sableye turns and then control the match, or will RJ say, no, we're playing Trick Room, no, we're playing Rain mode, Shell Smash, so I think that the first turns kind of decide who will control the match, whether Jace survives them or not. Let's see what they brought, shall we?
Let's get them pulled up here. We'll get this first replay up here, and we'll get it pulled up for the fans as well.
Remember, if Venomoth hit the field, I feel like you got to respect it regardless. It's like, it's coming. Like, you know that it can come and that it will be relevant. It will buy at least a turn for somebody else. It's not here, so we'll ignore it. But
some surprising non-brings on both sides, right? We've got no Lucario for Jace, no Dunsparce for Jace. A real quick jump back, who else do we not have? No Bastiodon. That one's a little less surprising, but
So our defense consists of Diplin and arguably Donphan, but like the full speed is here on Jace in the near side. Like, he wants to go first, he wants to click fake out, he wants to control the game from turn 1, and the question is, will Sableye let him? Because RJ's team is slower. He's got a Trick Room mode that will definitely be great if Exeggutor can set it up. If Scyther can get the Tailwind, then then Heracross might be wreaking some havoc. But it's just not quite as overwhelming from turn 1. So we'll have to see how they navigate turn 1. It's like everything's about turn 1
as well out of the Vileplume with a Prankster Sunny Day.
Oh yeah, that's one way to get over.
Yeah.
And Co. Yeah.
But yeah, both sides with some solid support options and immediate pressure, whether that be support pressure or just offensive pressure. Let's
I see 2 grasses and 2 bugs on RJ's side, and I see a Dodrio. If this thing is scarfed or banded, like, it could be a serious problem. So like, RJ has got to have something. Maybe it's in his Terras to how to deal with a big Brave Bird.
Yeah, and is there much that's faster? Like, I don't know, anything faster than that 178 other than a Scarf or Prankster.
He's going to need a
Scarf or Prankster. Or I guess Sun, Chlorophyll could be faster, so maybe there's some options. But this Dodrio could be immediate problem. Sneasel as well, right? We got some ice weaknesses, some relatively frail Pokemon in Scyther.
I think it's going to come down to Terras. Can I peek at these Terras?
Yes, I was just thinking the same thing. All right, let's get the leads, and we'll take a look.
Okay, so we see a threat of Trick Room, a threat of Fake Out, a threat of Babadook. But among the Terras, I see some Terra Fairies on Scraggy and Gengar. I guess for the people who can't see them, I'll say Terra Dark on Donphan, Terra Dragon on Diplacious, Terra Flying. Okay, so we're just going to Terra Flying Brave Bird on this Dodrio, Terra Ghost classically on Sneasel, Terra Ghost on Sableye on RJ's side. RJ's done some of these offensive Terra, like Terra Dark Foul Play, Terra Ghost, Poltergeist, or Shadow Sneak, so that could be an offensive Terra from the Sableye. Vileplume is fire, so it could be fire-boosted, sun-boosted Weather Balls. Scyther is water for probably defensive purposes. Same with Heracross is Terra Steel on Exeggutor. So it's tough to beat mons that are grass types that turn into steel types. So unless you got fire, which most teams don't have in this low tier format, then it's hard to kind of beat both of those things. And then the Terra Ghost on Sliggoo. So we got defensive Terras on both sides, but the players are definitely going to be thinking about it more than we will in terms of how it's going to impact turn versus turn. Will Exeggutor Terra? I don't know if he needs to. He would Terra on a Sludge Bomb coming from Gengar, but maybe he would just protect turn 1. I guess we'll see what happens.
Or, with this Terra Ghost, we could just see, Terra Ghost and just a strong offensive move. Yeah. Shadow Sneak directly into the Gengar, try and just handle it before it's even a problem, right? We don't know yet.
The Chaos Team 1, turn 1. Let's see what happens.
Could be Frisk, so we might even get to find out what the items are on Jason's side here real quick.
Yeah.
So, and we do. We see
Focus Sash and Specs. Specs is dangerous. You got to lock in, right? And they might Terra. Okay, so...
Right, so some big stuff happening here, turn 1. Okay.
We've got, Gengar goes for the Fairy, hoping for no Terra, but they do Terra.
Terra Steel on the Exeggutor. We get the Sun set up and a Fake Out pointed into the Exeggutor.
Yeah, so... Jace commits and sees the Terra, but he's going to get a second shot here, as we see the Exeggutor flinches turn 1. So Jace opts to reposition, but it looks like we're getting no Trick Room here. RJ gives up and brings out Vileplume.
The Dragon Tail reveal as an offensive move here from the...
We're helping handing our Diplomacious. So now we navigated the early turns. Nobody has Fake Out. Nobody has Speed Control. So it just comes down to Heracrosses and Vileplume versus a slow.
Potentially, likely Chlorophyll on the Vileplume, right? So probably the fastest thing. I think probably fastest anyways, right? Oh no, I guess Heracross would be naturally faster.
It's funny, Jace swapped to prepare for Trick Room, and then RJ didn't set it, so RJ is now retaining his speed advantage just with these mid speeders. So we'll see if he can take advantage. Oh baby, flinch is incoming.
I did also slow it down a bit here too.
Yeah,
get some big damage, but
Diplin does more damage than Vileplume or Heracross. All right, and then what's Oh, it was Helping Hand. That's what made it. Okay, so now we're chunking back and forth. So we're hoping for flinches, and we do kill Diplomacious. Okay, first blood.
Some natural speed, right? So the Diplin gets to go down. Well, the Sableye died as well, so not first blood, but sure.
The Scraggy is disruptive with Dragon Tail, but it's not actually threatening damage so far, unless it has close combat or something. What will Specs Gengar lock into with a Helping Hand? Is it going to be Dazzling Gleam? Oh no! This is Scarf, right? That's what makes Heracross faster than Gengar.
Yeah, it must be. What I was about to say before we see that the Heracross goes first is I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Fire Blast maybe, right? Or Jace would.
I don't think it has that in particular, but it could have something weird.
Yeah,
maybe
everything
flamethrower.
I don't know if
Focus Blast
or not,
But I think he's just going to go for the boosted Dazzling Gleam, to chunk everything.
Kills the Heracross.
But is the Trick Room incoming? No, it is a double up incoming.
Just a double up. Curse Body.
Okay, so I'm always assuming you see a Trick Room setter and you see fast Pokemon on the other side, they want to set Trick Room. But maybe it was never part of RJ's plan, because they've been navigating okay without.
Last turn of Gravity here. Nothing.
What's Gravity going to help? I mean, it's cute, but do they have powder?
I mean, the rock slides previously, but
Yeah, it did help with that.
Guarantee you get your hits on that. But Jace looking in a pretty decent position here to close it out.
The Donphan is the fastest speeder here, so it takes the KO.
Put to sleep.
Oh no!
Killing.
Scraggy, be a little bit stronger is all we ask here. But it looks like oh no, with the sleep powder miss. They cannot do this 2v1. I thought RJ had one more mana. It was going to be a close endgame, but it turns out Jace just had this.
Yeah, the Sableye died
Diplin.
quick and kind of left our brains. But yeah, Scraggy getting it done with a little help from a Don fan that just comes in and takes a kill right away. Right, just finish off that Executor.
I have a feeling both of these players did not execute exactly what they were planning to, and we're going to see a lot of new stuff coming in Game 2.
Yeah, it did kind of feel like a weird set where both players were kind of having to adapt and play out of position a little bit from how they would have liked it if they'd drawn it up, right?
Yeah, I think the fundamentals are showing themselves, though, that Diplin is really strong and annoying to deal with, and Dodrio, if you don't kill it quickly, will threaten KOs on everything. So it's like, it seems still that like RJ needs to adjust because the fundamentals favor Jace right now.
Jace saying this was exactly their plan. So as usual,
yeah, sure, Jace. All right.
Commentary precisely incorrect.
Oh yeah, you intended to switch in Diplin against Heracross? Yeah, okay, all right. I'm sure you had a flexible plan that could adapt to this, and we saw a good show. Let's see what we see for Game 2.
Alrighty, what do we got? Changes we're likely to see. Maybe a little more offense out of RJ, right? The Vileplume was, it was weather balling, but then also it was sleep powdering. Maybe we see that get replaced with a Scyther, maybe just a turtle up, right? Maybe we get the Sliggoo in and we're just on outlast mode.
Yeah, it seems hard. Like I think we need to threaten at least Scyther and maybe another attacker out there to just make it harder to deal with. The Sableye wasn't necessarily controlling the game. We'll see if they've got something different though.
Yeah, from Jace's side, I think the Gengar lead is probably a pretty safe one in Game 2 as well. Other than that, could go a lot of different ways. We could see the Dodrio again, or this game rather, over maybe the Diplin. Although Diplin was fine.
Though to lead the Gengar again, because like we've got good defensive terrors on RJ, and he kind of just has to pick because he's spexed.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
A little tricky, but we'll see if they run it again.
Yep, we'll see.
What the damage
here.
is overwhelming enough.
Yeah, so
he runs Gengar again this time with more speed. Yeah. Okay. Is this the Protect plus Sunny Day? Okay, perhaps. On a likely fake out.
Yeah, we get a fake out. And
yep. Okay. Cool.
Sunny Day and the double.
Really good Protect. Crucial turn 1 that gives him the speed control for turn 2. Okay, yeah.
Exactly what.
And we know that Sneasel is not sashed because
it's on
Scraggy was.
The Scraggy, yep.
Yeah.
Shadow Sneak, Weather Ball.
Huge. Absolutely huge. And the Terra at the right time again for RJ. Yeah. So he will save his Vileplume and get another shot. Jay's going to have to do some fancy switching here, maybe some Terra-ing. No, Sneasel's dead, but can Diplin? Well, it can stay alive, but I'm worried.
That's one way to do something.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll go straight down to Sturdy. Vileplume on a rampage, but it does go down due to Sturdy being the perfect ability for that situation.
I mean, that's quite a trait, though. Not exactly what Chase wanted, for sure.
So we have a Diplin and a Gengar, which is specs. We got plenty of offense left on Jace's side versus two attackers, and the last guy is Sableye hiding in the back. So RJ's favor, but it's anybody's game still.
Terra has been used, so likely to see a lock into the fairy move for Gengar, right? Just because it hits 2 super.
That's good call. Yeah, it is safe to Dazzling Gleam. He could be safe to Sludge Bomb too. I guess we'll see which one they pick.
Yeah, we get.
Earthquake. Scarf Earthquake, so big. It look. Game 3 incoming, but. I like how much RJ hasn't used just like typical Guts Heracross. Like he's gotten a lot of mileage out of just like weird moves and Moxie.
Yeah.
Like Heracross got a lot of moves. Like people have been saying a long time in the VBL that Heracross is like good, probably as good as Slitherwing in practice. Like and it always shows itself in lower power formats. It's just like a mon that's got a tool for everything.
Oh yeah, Jay's pointing out that the Donphan revealed as Scarf in the second game.
I guess so. That blew right past me. But yeah, all I knew it was faster than Vileplume, the other 50 speeder, but it was faster than.
No, it was faster than Scyther. It wasn't faster than Vileplume.
Oh baby, next plus Scarf. Don
But
fan.
it was
Okay, so that
faster
helps.
than Slather, yeah.
Let's see. I mean, that should be relevant in Game 3. I guess we'll see.
Yep. Also tells us. Well, I guess we already knew that the Heracross is scarfed, but I was gonna say it tells us
Yeah,
that the
and
Scyther is not.
Heracross,
scarfed.
I can tell you right now, is coming to Game 3. Like, Scarf on Heracross makes it really scary. Like, for Gengar and for everyone else on Jace's team.
Yeah, and I would say probably scarier now that Jace knows it's scarfed, right? You know, like
Yeah, and the fact that his Scarfer is not faster than Scarf Heracross. Like, there's just nothing he can do except take rock slides and hope that they don't flinch.
Yeah,
I guess Jace doesn't have the fake outs. We'll see.
So we did see some switch up from Jace, well, from both players actually, right? We left the Exeggutor at home. We brought the top 4 here and traded out Diplin for Sneasel on Jace's side.
What we haven't seen yet is Dodrio, and Dodrio is so obviously scary with Terrifying Brave Bird, so my question is, does it have a cloak so that it can live Sableye Fake Out, or does it have the bulk to live a Scarf Heracross Rock Slide? Because if it can deal with those two things, bring it Game 3 and Jace wins, right? That seems like the hidden piece that Jason's holding on to, but we'll see if that's what they go for or not.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. So we're going back to the Game 1 lead for Jace. Both players sticking with what won them a game in terms of leads here.
Yeah, RJ, like, I can do the same thing I did Game 2. The question is, can you stop it? They might not. Oh, he decides to go for something different though. So the Terror right away, and the Sunny Day, and the Covert Cloak. No,
Gengar is done.
Oh, what a big turn 1. Yeah, turn 1 is always huge here. And another big shot from RJ. Vileplume Rampage, the sequel.
Wow.
No, we have a Sleep Powder. Diplin's gonna finish it off, right? Okay. Yeah, we have 2 Mons, 2 good Mons. Jace still has his chance. Yeah, what is Heracross gonna do?
Shadow Sneak doing.
Diplin is ungodly.
So bulky.
It's very dumb. And it has Reflect. Okay.
Reflect and Recover.
Uh-oh. Does Jace have the missing piece here that this team is too physical? Oh no, this team is too physical, and Reflect, Diplin, Eviolite Diplin is going to be unkillable. RJ now just going to try to isolate Diplin.
RJ also calling out in the game chat, realizing they missed a game-winning play like 4 turns ago, apparently. So.
Well, I don't know about that, but we got to play the game we have right here.
Yeah.
Okay. We have successfully turned it into a 2v1, but I think Diplin might just win this whole thing. Like, Heracross gets 1 more shot, and it didn't do a lot last time. Yeah, Diplin's too good here.
Close combat.
No.
Crit maybe would have been nice, but yeah, I don't see Sableye.
It would have made a huge difference, but all Sableye has seemingly is Shadow Sneak, and Diplin is too strong.
Yeah, Recover.
The Diplation? Yeah.
Yeah, alright, we can speed this one up.
So I saw this with Artalidon on my season last time, where Terra Dragon is just such a good defensive typing that dragons sometimes like to just Terra Dragon and shrug off their other weaknesses from their secondary typing, and the fact that it boosts the dragon move and like dragon, there's no dragon resist in a low tier format, so Jace is just click Terra Dragon, Dragon Pulse, and this Mon is just a bundle of stats that overcomes everything.
Oh, okay, so the apparent game-winning play from many turns previous, we had an unrevealed skill swap on Sableye as the 4th move, so skill swap away the Sturdy and O-code the Dawn Fan was apparently the play that RJ thinks could have been game winning. A sweet play, but you still got to get through the Reflect, Recover, Terra Dragon, Diplin.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Again, the problem is Game 3 he didn't bring his 1 special attacker, the Exeggutor, and so it's just Jace identified the win con in time for Game 3. Damn, because that was consistent. Like there's nothing RJ could do with the 4 he brought, as far as I could tell.
Oh, and all 4 go into Diplin as well in that.
Look, game. if you're 1v4ing the Diplin, maybe he might have gotten through, but like as in if he did the skill swap tech to remove Donphan. But yeah, Diplin. Menace. Watch out for it in finals, whoever that opponent is.
All right, let's take a look at these team sheets here real quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Jace is saying in chat there was a Choice Bandit Scyther. That could have helped. Okay, Life Orb Dodria because all you needed was Brave Bird. And no Tailwind is tricky.
Quick attack, love it. Low kick, move that.
Oh, look at this funky-ass Gengar with the Trick Specs and Protect, because you never expect a Protect, but it's there just in case you've already tricked away your Choice Specs. Yeah.
Sure,
okay, well...
this is all you need. Yeah, that's interesting.
And then Flings Rock for 2 Fake-Out turns on Sneasel.
Fake-outs, sure.
Fun stuff. We can't go into too much of the details here, but, I mean, it's just a high-octane build from Jace. And... Scyther, okay, yeah, we have. Oh yeah, so we went all in on Vileplume Sunsweeping, which did work once and might have almost worked twice.
But
I did die. Yeah, it almost worked twice. Yeah, so yeah, we got this.
Is the only attacking move on that Exeggutor as well.
Oh geez, this is not an Exeggutor, RJ. Come on, what? That? Okay, so we have Hypnosis with Gravity, but like. The option to Trick Room, even if it's not your main game plan, is really frequently helpful. The option to Sleep Powder, I guess he had it on one of his mons. I don't know about that Exeggutor, but like the game plan overall was scary, and RJ got pretty close. Generally. Another good season for this guy, for the 2-time champion, Red Jolteon.
Yep, that doesn't happen by accident, right? Although Jace knocks him out in the semifinals here. And we'll be going to conference finals.
Yeah. Heaven says, oh yeah, Scarf Arm Thrust. This is like a multi-hitting move that might break Sneasel Sash. But like, yeah, that's some pretty niche tech. That's Draft League for you.
Yeah, we got, and then the Sliggoo that never came, relatively standard.
It might have been good. Yeah, but it had enough special power that like you couldn't just wall. Actually, no. Well, this wasn't even a. Yeah, it was an Astro Armor setup, but anyway. Cool, good builds. Like they both were piling on the pressure. It just seems like Jace's was harder to break.
Rock and roll. Alrighty. Oop, that's the wrong thing. Team sheets off. Showdown replay off. Let's see our next matchup. Our next matchup is you versus Electric.
Yeah, I'll let you lead this one because like I don't want to like. Tell y'all anything that's spoiling it or whatnot. So,
all right. Well, so we got the.
What do you think about this matchup?
So I think the Lycanroc is pretty good this week. Into a lot of stuff, right? You got the
truth. Only one rock resist.
Yeah, only one rock resist. You got Ninetales has been a key player for Electric, and Accelerock just makes it so basically it can set Sun and die. It doesn't get to stick around and throw big fire type attacks like Electric's maybe been able to do in some other matches. Handles some of the frail stuff as well, right? The Raichu, the Barraskewda, your Vaporeon as well makes the Swampert and the what's it called here? There's so many Pokemon. Quillfish.
And the other of the 4 water types on Electric side.
The 4 water types, right? Barraskewda, Ludicolo as well. Water Absorb makes them all, they don't have access to their best attacking moves, right? Liquidation, and Muddy Water, stuff like that. Electric side though, right, can neuter your Vaporeon's offensive ability.
Ain't nobody neuters Vaporeon. We just calm mind up until we're
just don't care.
That's a billion. Yeah.
I'll
share the lens from me going into the match with like. There's already like the context of Electric and I fought during the regular season. Electric has said repeatedly, "Your team is a lot better than mine," which I would agree with. And he's like, yeah, the Vaporeon dominates half my team, and there's not really much I can do about that. And so I see that as well, too, right? The fact that Water Absorb plus Random Terra means, like, I can, like, stop most of his team. So that's what I used to win the regular season. Right. I also used Scarf Braviary to pass his Chlorophyll, and then I used Trick Room Rabsca. plus the assist of him missing Stone Edges to win with Trick Room. All of my build is meant to be surprises based upon that. I know Electric's going to change things up, but the real factor is how strong and aggressive and unpredictable a player Electric is. We saw Electric's team in the power rankings. We're like, this team's kind of weird. I said it's not bad. It's like it's okay, even though it's got like 4 water types and 3 poison types, and it's kind of silly. But like, it's all about how the player plays it. Electric brings priority, he brings choice band, he brings specs and scarf, and he mixes up what he's going to bring, and he makes the hard, aggressive plays. And so that's what I think makes Electric such a dangerous player, and what makes it the fact that I clearly have a good matchup and was not expecting to I came into this season being like, I finally won, now to just have some fun. And then I realized like a couple weeks ago, like, oh, this team also could make a championship run, because it's like ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Vaporeon is God in the format, Lycanroc is God in the format, and everyone else is good too. So the question is, can Electric outplay using their vast use of experience and the right explosive plays?
And the answer in the past has often been yes. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what both of you brought. Yeah. Alrighty, we got Electric on the away team side here. We got you here on the home.
What
team.
are your thoughts on brings? What do the teams look like to you?
What do we got? We got no Executor, which I was thinking.
No Trick Room option as a result. Yeah.
No Trick Room option as a result, right? You've had a lot of success with this Rabska, and Executor as as their main means of counter Trick Rooming. Pretty surprising to not see. In terms of just keeping the Trick Room off, right? We do have potentially Whirlwind. I think at least one of these other 5 gets Roar as a possibility. So like, it's not like there's no options. But
there's definitely anti-Trick Room stuff. And knowing that Electric lost to Trick Room last time, I know he's going to be ready. So therefore, spoilers, Rabska isn't even Trick Room. It's just specs. It's just like click strong button. So you'll see. You'll maybe see that one come up.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to still have Trick Room on this. Fucking Cyclozar. Like, this mine is so bad. But like, it's a speed stat, and I've got some like plans for it that don't come to fruition. So I'll eventually show you. But like, yes, Cyclozar is here. It's not. I'm not super happy about it, but it's here.
All right, let's see what we got. We'll get our leads here, and then we'll see Terra types. All right, we got Cyclozar shows up for the first time in the history of the VBL. Not literally true, but basically.
It won both of the games versus Electric last time.
Yeah. No, I know
successfully shed.
It's just a historically maligned Pokemon. So. Oh,
it's real bad. Like, it deserves it, but it can use its speed stat and kind of pretend to be a real Pokemon.
Oh, we got a Stellar on Electric's side. Since I've already started it, we'll do Electric's Terras first. We've got Terra Dragon on the Skarmory, Terra Ground Swampert, Terra Ghost on the Barraskewda, Terra Water Skuntank. The Terra Stellar is on the Ludicolo, and then another Terra Water on the Piloswine. On your
good
side,
defensive Terras all around.
Yeah, classic. Terra Ghost on the Cyclozar. We've got Terra Grass, Lycanroc, Water on Haunter, Dragon on Braviary, Terra Bug, interesting, on Vaporeon.
Oh, it's perfect versus their team. Like, if Swampert sees Water Absorb it and wants to ground move, but now Bug resist it. Piloswine wants to ground move because it can't ice move the Vaporeon. Then we got Terra Bug for that. Like, if Barraskewda can't cook Water Move into Water Absorb, so it goes for close combat. Bug resists that too. Like this team was pretty hardcore, walled by Terra Bug plus Water Absorb, but with enough hits, Vaporeon is immortal. It is not truly immortal. So let's see if Electric has the power to break it down.
All right, let's see how we start here. So, we start with a fast Draco Meteor, outspeeding this.
Yeah, so that would be a Scarf reveal, right? Scarf on my fastest mon, because I thought it would snipe this guy out of nowhere, but it had a sash anyway, and it didn't even quite reach it because Cyclozar's bad.
Didn't quite.
It was a roll, but oh well. The point is, he was sashed, so it wasn't gonna kill.
Huge damage turn 1 though.
Yeah.
Electric getting.
So we're both sussing each other out, and I go for 2 big hits. They go for 2 big hits, and they do double up. But I'm in the position to just get 2 KOs here, right? I've got Scarf Cyclozar, and I've got Priority Dog.
Priority.
So it should be I take 2 KOs right here.
Yeah, unless we see some
unless it
protecting.
switches, though. I'm like second guessing what the call should be from here because I assume Electric's going to switch or do something.
Yeah, we get no switches, no protects. Accelerock takes 1. Draco Meteor miss. Story of your life. The dog goes down.
And that one's pretty impactful. I mean, what I should have done, which Electric called out, is that I should have put Accelerock on the Barraskewda. Because if I missed the Draco, I could deal with the Skuntank hit, but I could not take a deal with Barraskewda immediately removing my top tier when it was supposed to already be dead. So yeah, I could have done it, but I was just trying to switch around and be unpredictable with my targeting. But as a result, I basically that was a very, very impactful Draco miss.
Yeah.
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 So now I don't, because Lycanroc's dead, I don't get to switch out Cyclozar. Like the whole plan was to switch out Cyclozar and to get something else, but I'm just stuck clicking progressively weaker Dracos the whole game and just try to 1v everyone with Vaporeon.
Which, if there's a Pokemon that can do it, but on the other hand, Energy Ball doing 60% when your Vaporeon's already at +1 special defense.
So here I could have Terra bugged, but I thought that Electric was going to read Terra because obviously it was the only Pokemon left relevant in the game, so that was going to Terra bug. But even then, he's got Drill Peck from Skarmory to double up effectively into it. So it was kind of just a tough spot where couldn't quite finish it out.
We get the Life Orb reveal there, and we get the Vaporeon is dead, Draco Meteor into the Terra Dragon. But Ice Beam from 100% from downtown. Yeah. And
so Vaporeon can do it all, but not if you're put the entire game on its shoulders.
Yeah. So the Draco Meteor miss, huge in terms of tempo, and as somebody who's I've watched both of you play a lot of matches of Pokemon. The RNG can get to both of you sometimes. So. Whoever.
Well, I mean, I'm annoyed, but I still feel my team is significantly stronger, and I haven't showed a lot of my tools. So I'm not phased at this point. But Electric played well, guys, and totally. they took 1 turn of tempo, but they had power from the Skarmory, just drill pecking away, and this Ludicolo's Life Orb, so it was always going to be doing good damage. So he just had 4 attackers and the power on everyone but Cyclozar, which was great because Cyclozar's terrible and was stuck clicking quarter Draco Meteors by the end.
Yeah, minus 1,000 Draco Meteors.
So how do we adjust from here?
So apparently we adjust by Cyclozar is invisible.
Cyclozar will not be hitting the field again. Go home, Cyclozar.
Even Pokemon Showdown knows Cyclozar shouldn't show up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna lean on Rapska instead. I could have brought Haunter, but I brought Rapska for game 2.
Gotcha. What do we got here? So we just leading, with the Rapska and the Lycanroc.
So I'm threatening Trick Room, but y'all know I don't have it. So Electric really wants to stop Trick Room. Yeah.
The Jordan special of Trick Room plus offensive pressure.
Mm-hmm. So Electric's going to make the big call here. I've got Terra Water on Rapska, and they're going to make a Helping Hand Grass Blast or something, predicting Terra?
Possibly. Cranking my volume up here a little bit more. All right, is that a little better? Let me know. Let me know in the chat.
Oh yeah, we're doing mic.
Yeah. I got some Hey James's too quiets, so I'm bumping myself up here because I'm happy with the volume you're at. So I'll adjust to you at this point. Yeah. Alrighty. So we get the Terra Grass turn 0. Terra
I'm ready
Stellar.
for water.
Okay.
Yeah. So they go for Rain Dance into Ludicolo outspeed into going for predicting that Terra Water, and it doesn't work out. They didn't really have a way to kill Rapska unless I Terra Watered, so I'm not sure why they assumed I would, but yeah. So they really want to stop Trick Room here, and they can't. But meanwhile, I'm just going to click Specs Bug Blast and kill something.
Yeah, we get the +1 speed now, just in case there was any doubt about who should be going first. Off the Terra Grass Stab Trailblaze.
Yeah, so that's a major big tempo where Lycanroc is now the fastest thing on the field, and they lost their Ludicolo for nothing. Or they lost to Ludicolo without taking much damage in return.
Yeah.
And I've got priority pressure, right. And I've got Braviaries faster than their Mons. This is a weird defensive Braviary meant to support Vaporeon killing everyone.
Feather Dance. All right.
But it does, Brave Bird is the only attack you need, as it turns out. It's the only attack that this Braviary has.
Yeah. And then,
and so it's good enough for
great against what got brought this week, or this.
Yeah, it's their only rock resist, and when you have Terra Grass Trailblaze, Swampert is very dead. So now it's, I think, 1v4.
Yeah, 1v4. No need to keep it slow here.
Look, Skarmory's really good. Electric knows Skarmory's really good, and it is really good, but it's not 1v4ing here. It's getting 1 KO.
Particularly when it's getting Feather Danced over and over again to really neuter it, right?
The only other relevant information to take away from this is that all my Mons are faster than Electric Mons. So Braviary's going before Skarmory, Vaporeon's going before Skarmory. I have a fair amount of speed investment. Electric just doesn't, because they're afraid of Trick Room on my side. They don't really want to invest too hard in speed.
Yeah,
so as long as I avoid,
get the you get
so it's I have the speed advantage basically all the time. As long as I snipe Barraskewda, then game 3 is looking good, right? Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see what we got. Definitely room for some adjustments for Electric for sure. Agreeing that Rain Stellar, Life Orb, Hydro would probably have knocked it out.
Oh yeah, so they had to make a call, right? Terra or no Terra, and they picked Terra. But I was kind of okay with losing Grabska because I just wanted to get a speed boost on Lycanroc and then kill everything.
Sure. If you got a broken Mon, use your broken Mon. Yeah.
It's good. So I'm hoping to mix it up here. What you don't see is that Lycanroc has Bulldoze, and 4 of my Mons are Bulldoze partners. So this is the tech that I'll just share with you that doesn't really come up, is that Vaporeon's got Covert Cloak, so it doesn't take the speed drop from Bulldoze, and it's got Terra Bug to resist it. Braviary's Flying type, so it would ignore the Bulldoze. Haunter's Levitate, so it would ignore the Bulldoze. And Rabska's Telepathy, so it ignores the Bulldoze. So the goal was for actually Lycanroc to provide speed control, but Electric has kind of ruined that plan because their Skarmory is out here, and because I don't even need speed control. His Mons are just really thick.
Yeah, your Mons turns out they're faster anyway.
Yeah, so it totally was not the right build for the situation, but this turns out to be the perfect switch for turn 1. Assuming that they really need to kill the Vaporeon, it is the most important Mon in the match, they're going to go for specifically Drill Peck plus High Horsepower, turn 1. So this was me. I knew exactly what they were going to do, and I feel like I'm pretty ahead after turn 1.
We see the High Horsepower, yeah. Get the +1 speed.
Because you're not throwing an Ice Boom into Vaporeon. So I get that speed, I get a little bit of damage, but then this perfect Protect from Electric gets him ahead as I double into it. I shouldn't have doubled into it, but boom, they destroy Lycanroc. Big turn 2 from Electric.
All right, I'm cranking my mic up even more here. All right, we should.
You can turn me down too.
Hopefully, be a little better.
Yeah. So we got Specs Rapska trying to take over this game. So this reveals an Assault Vest on Skuntank. Electric knows that I'm Specs because that does way too much damage to an Assault Vest Mon. And so he's able to just Sucker Punch because he knows I'm locked in.
Yeah, finish it off, and then we get...
That's the stuff that the players notice that you won't notice unless you know all the items and sets in advance.
Unless you know all your own stuff, exactly, yeah. Get the Covert Cloak knocked off there.
Yeah, I'm behind, y'all. Well. I'm trying desperately to Feather Dance stuff, and for Vaporeon to win this. Vaporeon should be really tough to take down when all of their Mons are physical and are half attack, but, only so much it can do here. And they're threatening both Body Press and Drill Peck into the same Mon. I'll make the right call here. I'll get the burn. And I'll read Terra into Body Press. But Vaporeon is a mere mortal,
Yeah,
and I think it will be
still at,
going down on the next hit.
Only 9%, right? Unless, like, the only move that Barraskewda has is Liquidation or something. But
it felt like with just like one or two, if I just hadn't doubled into that Piloswine, then I wouldn't have fallen far enough behind that the Vaporeon really could have swept their whole team, but it just was a little bit too little too late.
Yeah, just a little bit out of
great
position,
work,
not quite where you wanted, and yeah, well done to Electric. Moving on.
Yeah, Electric had offense going at all times, and they had durability going at all times. So they were really good at adapting, and they were able to make the aggressive plays, like when to protect. Piloswine gave them a huge benefit, and when to click either Drill Peck or Body Press. So like I went for Feather Dance, but then they clicked Body Press with Skarmory. So Skarmory was just super consistent. Yeah, so Electric says he was hiding it and waiting for me to click Feather Dance, and then he goes for Body Press. So that's the pro player difference over here. Great job to Electric, and I think regardless of their team being kind of silly and kind of mid, they could totally win the championship.
I mean, that's what we were saying, right? So much of the time, it's about prep and play. Every bit as much as the team you've drafted. You know, sometimes there's something busted that you got away with in the form of should have been banned, like in Rock Dusk. But you know,
just like Steve, who made playoffs with a literal random team, random draft, and Braff, who made 4 and 3 with a absolutely disastrous crowd drafted team. If you're unpredictable, it makes up for your team's lack of options. So great builders going into finals. Jace versus Electric, I've said for a while, are two of the best players in the VBL who have not become champions yet. One of them will be. Stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty, let's take a look at these pastes here. We've got...
Yes, you'll see Bulldoze Magoo, Bulldoze Madness on my side. It's something.
All right, on Electric's team, what did we saw essentially everything, right?
Yeah, and so Electric said Scarf. So well, we didn't see a Scarf Swampert because it got destroyed by Trailblaze Lycanroc. So me having speed really made it difficult for him to use his Scarfer. So I had speed boosted Lycanroc Trailblaze and Scarf Cyclizar and whatnot. So that's one thing the build had right, but everything else was not the right brings, as it turns out. Yeah, Assault Death Skuntank. The mon consistent. I don't have ground coverage. It was very good for Electric. I don't have a lot of ground coverage.
Yeah, zero water or 4 water Sun team in finals. Yeah, true. We got just solid coverage with a Life Orb to utilize the Terrastellar there on the Ludicolo. Standard stuff on Piloswine generally.
But it had 0 speed investment, so my Rabsca was faster than than their Piloswine.
Oh yeah, totally.
So they were really preparing for Trick Room. They had a really durable max defense Skarmory with Roost and Taunt. So like they were playing for Trick Room, and that's not what I brought. But I was playing for Beating Sun with Scarf, Cyclizar, Overheat, and Sun. And then that's not what they brought. So we were both playing Plan C going into each other's.
Speaking of Plan C here, we've got...
so the Overheat did not work out. And the Eviolite Shadow Ball Wisp Haunter should have done something. I should have brought it, but I didn't. It would have been good against Skuntank. Yeah. Anyway, but the Bulldoze plan was the main thing. It was just hoping that Electric was going to try to outspeed me and then just like have a lot of speed control and win. But couldn't do it. Electric too good.
Speed neutral and
with that, I will be here for season 16. The goal was to pass the torch on to all of y'all. If I can pass the torch to Electric and then they win it all, that's great. But it's going to be a new champion this season, and I'm pretty excited to see who that is.
I'm excited as well. Let's take a look at this last matchup that we've got here. For the stream.
Well, I say it's going to be a new champion, but Steve is still over here, and Steve is bringing it back season 1 all the way to season 15. The bookend to VBL championships. Is it possible? Well, they got to get through Ray, who is a 2-time champian as well.
Yeah, it's
one of these guys will be in finals
for sure.
Yeah, trying to take an additional championship.
The big boy
turns out
versus
like
another Scyther.
Yeah, good numbers are good. Like, I feel like these teams, like, they've got a lot of good numbers, and then they trust on their team building abilities to just bring different surprising things, whether or not Scyther's going to be tailwinding or choice banding, whether or not Superior is going to be leaf storming with Contrary or just going to be clicking Glare, you know, whether Galade's going to be setting Trick Room or just be killing everybody. So I can't predict what Ray's going to be bringing. I don't know what Steve's going to be bringing, except usually Trick Room is good, because like most of this team is slow. But Steve has been winning outside of Trick Room just plenty as well, with weird... Tauros has got Sandstorm or Rain Dance, you know, like Caragonal maybe could do something. I haven't seen it done much, but he's managed to make Sandaconda like seem like a real Pokemon a few weeks, so that's been impressive to watch. You know, I'm not going to predict what these guys are going to bring. I'm just going to say both teams are good.
Who knows? The Sandaconda being a sort of if we were ever going to replace Wormadam as a mascot for Steve, you know, one of the reliable low point Pokemon Steve's drafted multiple times for sure. It's worth a consideration.
I tried. That monster's sad. I mean, it's like it is technically a ground type, like that can click ground move, but like everything else about it is just like, can't you be better?
Yeah, weird and awkward and slightly inconvenient, but
this is its time. Same for Alligator. Alligator feels like a premium water type in a low tier format.
Yeah, I had it in the BDSP format, and it was a premium water type in that weird format as well.
Yeah. I think Steve's team is among the best in the league and better than Ray's in a vacuum, but I just think that they both are really unpredictable coaches with enough tools that nobody has a decisive edge going into this matchup, except maybe like Hariyama hits a lot of Team Ray's weaknesses, so like maybe Steve is slightly benefited on the matchup, but it's all about what they bring and how they adapt to each other's surprises.
Yeah, let's
Cryogonal is trash.
Here.
Yeah, it is kind of trash, but like maybe you could do something.
Alrighty, we've got Ray on the home team side here. We've got Steve on the away team. I don't remember their whole team, so I forget what's not here. Yeah. No Sandaconda and no Magneton. Yeah. Magneton, I feel like was an important member on Ray's team, but they didn't. I guess they didn't. No Magneton, no Furret, no Ditto, but you know, no Dreadnought. And no.
So like, a lot of Ray's team is structured around really strong attackers that like have some vulnerabilities. So like he's been using Furret to protect them. But without Furret, can some of these mons survive on their own? Like Gramble and Avalugg are bulky, but like they're slow and they can get beat up by special moves. Gallade is their Trick Room setter. Unless Steve sets it and Ray ends up benefiting, or Gallade can successfully set up Trick Room, this seems a little bit tough for some of Ray's mons to survive out here. Maybe they're ready to get boosted by Scyther Tailwind, but it seems like Ray's got 3 slow Pokemon, and it's kind of going to be scary with no like redirection, no fake out.
Yeah, and very possibly we just have like a stronger Trick Room mode potentially out of Steve, right? So if Ray's planning like, oh, I'll bring my fast Mons plus like a Granbull that can intimidate and be good in Trick Room or whatever, well, good luck.
If I'm
versus
Steve, though, I'm like
Dusknoir, Exeggutor, and Trick Room, right?
Yeah, well, it's like Ray. Yeah. You look at Ray's team as Steve, that you're like, this team is hard prepared for Trick Room. Like, as in, I don't even know if I want Trick Room, but the point is, I don't want to bother setting it. I'll just rock with it, either way. So I expect Steve to not set up Trick Room unless he's really convinced that he can still win. Like that, it's really still worth it for him to set.
Yeah, we do have the Exploder, so you know we got an Exploder next to a Ghost. Maybe we see something fun there.
I expect game 1 will be
up again.
Big guys hitting each other and just sussing each other out and figuring out what each other has.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this game 1 was like 3 to 5 turns.
These mods aren't that strong, or that like they're too bulky for that. But it's going to be a little bit
maybe
like
too bulky, but.
Well, let's see what Terra's. Maybe Terra's changed the game. Ghost Avalugg, Ghost Gallade. So good fake out options here. Ghost, Fairy Dragalge, Fairy Granbull. So that's an offensive Terra from Granbull, could be meaningful. Terra Dragon Superior. and Terra fighting Scyther, so usually has the close combat there and it's good rock resist. Steve has Terra Steel on Executor as defense, usually, and Terra Fire could boost fire moves on Colossal. Ghost on the Ghost on Dust Noir, so that could be an offense boost. Or I mean, you can always use the Terra preview in order to like bluff your opponents, be like, it looks like I have this, but I turn out I have something else. Terra Bug on Hariyama is a funky defensive Terra that sometimes is good. Terra Ground on Fortress could be both defensive and boosting Drill Run or something, and Terra Ghost on Tauros. So nothing's too surprising, but it's definitely going to be lurking in the players' minds as they play this game out.
Yep, definitely. All right, let's see what we got here. So we got an Intimidate coming out, and on both sides.
Oh, is this the surf setup? Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, it is.
Steven,
okay.
Will things die?
Something's gonna die, right? Oh, I guess.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Goes.
So, yeah, this looks scary from Ray's perspective. He doesn't have speed, and he doesn't really know how to stop this Colossal.
Yeah, this is rough, right? It's fastest thing in the world.
I think Superior needs to Terra Dragon, hopefully not die to like a Stone Edge anyway, and then get a Glare, or do something that can remove this Colossal.
With the Tauros switching out, he crashed. Just takes
Surprise, no Terra. Okay, they click reflect.
Okay.
Hopefully makes a difference. Avalug lives, physical hits no problem, but is Colossal mixed? It could be Heat Wave.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. Just, getting
it is be all physical.
Yeah, reflect pretty nice there. And,
yeah, I know.
We get some iron defenses coming up.
Ray has successfully deterred this physical game plan. Steve's going to need to find some special offense because Avalug is a giant table. It does not die to physical hits. Yeah, even though it is 4v1, it's not over unless Steve crits or finds some special offense. Or find some flinches.
A couple of flinches would be nice, right? We get the taunt there, so no more iron defenses. But yeah,
a burn would be nasty. No, wait, never mind. It is it's steam engine, but like
on the
also like we do have a
there.
Ghost. Yeah. So Avalug can't beat Dusk Noir with body presses. It needs to use Ice Spinners, and it looks like it's going to need 4 of them. So, look, Steve should win this, right? Any player at a 4v1 should win. It's just I'm waiting for something to seal the deal. I don't quite see it yet.
Poltergeist doing 20%, but, taking a couple of flinches. That's one way to get it done.
Flinches certainly help you out, yeah. But, like, I assume, Recover, if we haven't already seen it, is likely to come out from Avalug. But Steve is only doing about 25% a pop.
The Ice Spinner, focusing on
Ray thinks their win con is, destroying Dust Noir. Oh, man.
There.
This Avalug is so perfectly tailored for Steve's team. Like, as in it's got Intimidate blocking and Terra Ghost, and Rest is a little tricky when you have Recover. I guess they were being prepared for things like Wisp, Sleep Powder. Maybe? Is it Sleep Talk? I'm going to guess it's Sleep Talk.
No, we've seen all 4. We've seen Iron Defense, Body Press, Ice Spinner, and now Rest as well.
Okay, Rest is just there as like... I mean, is it really better than Recover? I guess it depends. It deals with status as well, but
if you
this is really tough. This is not over at all.
Maybe you want Rest, right? Yeah, taking some KOs, right? Yeah. Free to body press into both of these for sure. High horsepower doing nothing. Ice punch doing nothing. Yeah.
I'm glad neither of us said this is over when it turned out to a 1v4. We're like, nope, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Like Avalug is here. Okay, yeah, and Avalug easily, as it turns out, pretty easily takes the 1v4, and so Steve has a big problem. Can I find special offense, or can I overwhelm convincingly enough that I can take on this Avalug at the end?
Yeah, I mean, if the 1v4 couldn't do it, you got to come up with a plan other than just overwhelming offense, right?
Do we have a single special attack besides on Executor on Steve's team?
Certainly not that we saw in this first game. Oh,
yeah,
I guess Surf.
I guess it's Surf, but probably, I mean, it's probably minimum, trying to do minimum to the Colossal, so it's not real here.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, yeah, no, this Avalugg is the centerpiece of Game 2. How does Steve adjust to beat it? Because I don't see anything yet.
Maybe we got something weird on this fortress. Maybe some well-timed taunts could be what we need here. But yeah, we're just gonna.
I think Ray makes a good adjustment for the Game 2 lead, having some speed. So
up again.
Superior can be faster than max speed Tauros. So I'm thinking that's actually a Scarf Tauros to make sure that it outspeeds Superior.
That it's outspeeding.
Otherwise, Superior's not invested. But you would think that that's why you bring the Superior out, is because it can outspeed Steve's whole team.
We get Intimidate, cuts it down to +1 from the +2. Superior getting a couple of boosts here and in pretty good position.
Yeah.
You know, gonna die to a fire attack
from
this Colossal.
Are they gonna Terra? Oh yeah, they're gonna Terra Dragon.
Get a Terra. Okay. Oh,
Steve's again is predicting the Terra on Superior and going after partners. And then the Reflect is gonna be relevant, but it seems like it's the turn to after Reflect that Steve has to worry about. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was the Reflect that gave Ray time to set up several body presses before.
Good
but
point.
yeah,
and the taunt is really helpful, right? Yeah,
plus
Avalugg is not unkillable until it has Iron Defense. So
yeah, exactly. No Intimidates.
So I think I said that was the missing piece that Steve identified here. As long as I just have Dust Noir out and taunt this guy, then it won't be too crazy. But that said, Ray still has a Superior here, and it is no joke either.
Yeah, is it +1 million now, right? And
oh baby, big Scarf Rock Slide.
Doesn't quite die to the crit, but the double up. Oh, Citrus Berry saving it there.
Oh no, yeah. So no, it was Steam Engine Rock Slide and then Scarf Body Slam, and then this Superior, like an absolute champ, lives on 3%.
With the Citrus Berry living on 3% there, and then gets the resisted KO with the plus.
I bet Ray counts all these double up combinations and has like a perfectly bulky Superior. Because I don't know what Steve can do now. I mean, like they've stopped Avalugg, but Superior is going first.
Just for now.
Heading into the next turn, right? Yeah. Oh, maybe they have Shadow Sneak.
Or potentially a flamethrower on this Executor as well, right? Yes.
They have Shadow Sneak. Okay. So this is not over. This is a close end game. Okay.
Ice Spinner into the Protect.
Who is first between Avalugg and Egg Tree?
Egg Tree is first.
And
doing
Steve
big
finds the counter here. You cannot rest. You live. Probably capped on Steve's end. Steve just
I would think
enough
so.
to make it to Game 3.
We're gonna get a third Game 3, which
this is high level.
I already knew actually. But
what did we already know?
Oh, I already knew this was going to a Game 3.
Well, I didn't know, but I'm thrilled to hear it. Two great players with problems they each pose for one another. The Colossal, the Avalugg, the Superior, the fact that otherwise Steve's team is faster than Ray's team. How will they navigate Game 3?
Alrighty, let's get this slow to start here, and then we'll get speeded up if we end up in another grindy end game here. So we get the Grand Bowl and Superior again from Ray, and the same lead. Yeah, the same lead from Steve.
Into a physical Colossal.
Yeah, we get.
And then we swap out for more Intimidate later. Ray playing defense and terroring right away. Yeah, I think this is when Steve finally goes for the fire move, saying, "Okay, I need to respect the Superior," and that's when Ray says, "Fine, I'll just Terra turn 1." There it is.
Yeah, and tears the dragon.
And gets the reflect. I mean, I have no idea what happens from here. That was still really tricky.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, both players got to keep playing perfectly, right? Like, just gotta, any small edge at this point has a potential to snowball, particularly with a
Avalugg here. The double flinch rock slide. No,
the double flinch
please
on
don't
the
have that
rock
decide
slide.
the game. Yeah, I mean, so Steve's gonna get more damage there. He still has good position.
No Intimidates. Nothing relevant.
Yeah.
Grand Bull comes back in, is doing some relevant intimidating. Should we keep fishing for crits? Not going to happen this time. Leaf Storm gets
Superior has Terra Blast, because like contrary Terra Blast, it boosts it.
Yeah.
Those physical boosts would make Terra Blast a physical move. Like that.
So
it might be relevant.
How the base speeds are. Yeah.
Yeah. But
or
Steve
the base
is
attack stats rather. Yeah.
Ray's team with Rock Slides, and Ray just needs the space to either set up Avalug or and a
paralysis
and a flame.
Catches another flinch. You know,
give my man in the near side a chance. On a
long enough time scale, you know.
Yeah, like we're not saying that this has definitely made the game, but it makes it feel very tough from Ray's perspective to get some going.
Yeah, we are getting an iron defense up here.
Yeah.
As slow as it is, this Executor definitely going to get to attack into it. Yeah, forces
the
switch out here.
Oh, he has to give up on Executor. Or it has to give up on Avalug because he just sees the Executor outsped and would just... Oh, no, Ray's on the back foot.
Yeah, that's a rough one there. We're getting doubled.
Yeah, I think regardless of whether he wins this game 3 anyway, the fact is, with the RNG, Ray is kind of just stuck from here. So
40%
Steve played
there.
Ready. A flexible game plan. He had Eggy in the back to kill the Avalug. He did the Colossal stuff anyway because it was effective even when Ray was countering it with Intimidates. And then now we see a 3v1.
Yep, and not the one you want your 1 to be if you're Ray. Yeah, particularly when you got that life orb there. So
going down on your own terms.
Die to the life orb there. Steve takes that game 3 with 3 Pokemon still alive.
Okay, so we see the chat, and so we're confirming the Scarf Tauros as I expected, and Ray saying that like you outscarfed me, and so my Scarfer wasn't able to make the difference. I don't actually know who it was because Tauros still outsped it.
Must be.
Anyway, another great season from Ray, and another championship can birth for Steve.
We just look and see here. Let's get these team sheets up. We've got. Yeah, so pretty close to max speed Adamant with the Scarf on that Tauros there. Mostly surfing and then switching out, and when we saw the body slams and high horsepower.
And it popped. Yeah, very strong. It only had 1 special attacker, so good thing. A little vulnerable there, but Steve was able to make it work. And then the taunt on Dust Noir. This is not the first time that Steve's gotten mileage from a surprise taunt. So that's a good build here.
Yeah, we did have the feint that we never saw get used, but always nice to have in your back pocket.
This Hariyama is very tough to take down.
Tough to kill.
And then the physical defense probably made it so that it could live Scyther anyway, even though it was weak to dual wing either way. So yeah, a very solid Mon in this format.
Yeah, you were right on the drill run there on the Fortress, getting that boost from a potential Terra Ground.
Yeah, I played a bit of Mon over the years.
Yeah, well done.
Played far too much Mons over the years. I'm trying to take a break, y'all, but I absolutely love the game, and I'll be.
Don't say that. I mean, say take a break, but don't say you've played too much.
No, I play too much to realistically try to accomplish other things. I'm trying, but I'm gonna focus more on some other things in the coming months. Anyway, great Avalug. A Dragalge we didn't see. It was a max speed superior that got scarfed, and then a Scarf Scyther that got outscarfed.
Scyther was outsped. Gotcha.
Really tough. Steve had some advantages in the bring phase. Ray was really fighting anti-Trick Room with Room Service on Gramble, bringing all three slow guys, and with Trick Room on Gallade. But it's just how do you actually implement a Trick Room win against a team that's so strong and annoying and can win even if you set Trick Room on them. So good job to Ray, but onwards for Steve. Oh wait, we don't have a 4th match to watch.
So
Dan
we don't
versus.
have a 4th match. It is being played 36 hours from now, according to the scheduling and match log channel.
Well, it will not make the weekly JD Bell streaming.
That's true.
But yeah, it's gonna be another great match because Lycanroc is great and because Dan's great and aggressive and is the Darth Vader of this season. and Keith has put together a lot of great performances. This is just another one.
If Dan's the Darth Vader, we'll see whether Keith is the Luke Skywalker or the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I want the first and last Jedi of Steve to be the vast good and evil. I love that Dan is like willing to be the heel and just like post memes saying like, you all below me. Yeah. I think that's fun. Yeah, and even if Dan ends up winning this match and beats Steve in the end, we'll just retcon the story's season so that it was The Empire Strikes Back and the Darth Lycanroc owns the whole format. That could be the story this season. I'm excited to see the rest. But anything else from you, JDB? Sorry for letting me diatribe, speaking way too much about Mons here, but thanks for
I never mind it. That means it's an easier stream for me when I got the Jordan on the other side of the microphone.
Well,
there.
I really appreciate you keeping the VBL content going. It's struggling as we're all kind of trying to do different things.
It's fun to do. Some of the scheduling stuff kind of getting those matches in and such, but yeah, it's fun. I'm still enjoying it.
I appreciate it. I'll
doing it.
In next week, final stream.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Tentative co-host of Samax.
Oh.
So
Commish return.
Get excited for that. And I'm gonna get the awards post so people can start posting their awards nominations with plenty of time for that. Any parting words of wisdom for the fans from you,
Jordan? Just keep trying.
Keep trying.
Keep calcing, and you'll win like 60 or 70% of your games. Like you can't go all out and just assume you're going to win.
I'd love to have
the
a
best
60
you can
to
do.
70% win rate.
Well, if you really keep working at it all season, you just might have to keep at it in this league because there are a lot of other really talented players working hard, and then sometimes they'll get surprised anyway by one of our other players who brings some sauce. So keep at it, y'all, and your championship will come. Keep at it, and the heat will come. Define success in a number of ways, and I look forward to seeing what VBL brings in the near future.
Same for me. Rock and roll. Thanks for hanging out, Jordan. Enjoy your evening.
Night.